And I remember an email pops up on my phone. I think I'm in line at Universal Studios because it was the day after the show. And then it's like this, it was an email that said urgent, and this was for a song for a pilot episode. And initially it was Miranda and her team that contacted me. They wanted to use us, an existing song of mine, for the pilot episode. And initially I thought, that was kind of like the agreement, and that was going to be my collaboration with the show. But then a few months later into the pandemic, they wanted to set up, or I think after several months into the pandemic, they wanted to set up a meeting with me online. So I hopped on Zoom with Miranda, with the director of the episode, and a few other folks from the crew as well. And they kind of picked my brain and asked me if I would be interested in creating original songs for the show, and I was like, hell yeah, I want to do that, of course. And I think it was just very exciting to know that this opportunity was available and requested of me. I think that for a lot of artists, especially for myself, when I write my own music, my own catalog of music, it's always a reflection of my experiences and how I kind of feel at the moment. And when I release it out into the world and onto the platforms, it had never really been a second thought in the past that it could possibly be on a television show or in a film. I kind of thought that it was kind of up to me afterwards of how I wanted to present the music and how I wanted to perform it afterwards. And it's not lost on me that I think that a lot of the artists in our community to this day still don't kind of realize that there's this entirely new, not new, but there's this entirely different avenue that's available for us, in film and television. And especially as we've been, taking notice of the shift in culture and the shift in Hollywood in the last couple of years, where we are seeing more AAPI films, we are seeing more Filipino-American features on television. And guess what? These shows and these films need music in their projects. And for me, I think I was just very grateful that it was Miranda and her team that had contacted me personally. But as an advice for other artists out there who also want to get their music on platforms like television and film, I think the piece of advice that I would share is to utilize events like this, where there are music supervisors in the room, there are producers and directors here, and network. Never forget about the power and the importance of networking, and just putting your music out there, being yourselves biggest fan, being yourself's biggest cheerleader, and learning to market yourself. I think for me, even to this day, it's always kind of hard for me to be like, here's my business card, want to check out my music? And I think that we kind of have to kind of erase that kind of mindset, because like I said, there's so many available projects now more than ever that could use way more Asian American original music. And I think that with these stories that we're seeing in Hollywood, I think personally that music is up next. Like, we're gonna see a lot more Asian American music on platforms and larger spaces and stages that we have never seen before. And I just want to give again a big thank you to Miranda for even believing in a song like us to begin with, that has a lot of Tagalog lyrics. I never thought it would be on television because it's a lot of it is in Tagalog. I'm like, who's gonna understand this outside of Filipinos? And then on top of that, the very first line of the song goes, "Yo, fuck a story arc if it don't involve the matriarchs." I was like, there's no way that song's ever gonna get licensed. But look at the possibility. And with writers and producers like and music supervisors that are on this panel that are now in the room, that have a seat at the table. There are people that are championing our music, and I think it's just about networking, building those relationships, and investing in yourself.
Yeah. Amazing, thank you. We'll pass it to Miranda. And